Hi, I'm Anthony Mendoza with nerdrift.com here in the San Fernando Valley at Galaxy of Comics shooting our new show. Hi guys, this is Anthony Mendoza with nerdrift.com here at Galaxy of Comics with Warren, the owner. He's going to tell us a little bit about how or why he opened the shop.
All right. Well, I had been working for a comic book store that was selling. They were closing down. They were selling to another company. I had a small nest egg. So I started this kind of out of the blue. And the San Fernando Valley was desperately in need of a comic book store sort of in the middle of the valley. We've got a lot around the corners of, around the, the sides of the San Fernando Valley, but not right in the middle. So we decided, let's put it right in the middle of the valley.
So now, do you take this shop as a whole to conventions?
For the most part, no. For the most part, no. And I'll tell you honestly why. Conventions have just changed. I mean, between the movie properties and the TV properties, and everything has become sort of Hollywood-fied, whatever. And it's really expensive. It's just really expensive.
It's ridiculously expensive.
It is.
Yeah. And they mainly go for like the panels now, right?
Yeah.
Just to see
So we've done some of the smaller conventions, but I just, to go to something like San Diego, you have to make sure you're going to sell thousands of dollars of product just to make your money back.
Yeah.
And for the most part, people kind of just aren't looking for the kinds of things they used to be.
So tell me about, you have an artist that comes in and draws?
We do, yeah, we do. We actually have, I've got a good buddy, his name's Scott Frazina. He's actually been an art teacher in an actual high school and whatever. I thought it was kind of a unique and fun idea to have an artist in the store to do art lessons while we're open. Basically twice a week. Yeah, we have his students come in. They, he'll teach them, the basics, or better than basics, because he's got some students that are just amazing right now.
Yeah.
And then I get a little tiny bit on the side, not much.
Okay.
but it's the fun of actually having an artist, applying his craft, right? With
for the fun in the art.
Yeah, and with students who are, some are really good, some are just learning. It's a really awesome experience.
And so tell us, how would people be able to find you or locate you on social media?
Well, first off, we're obviously a physical store, so we're 17306 Satakoy Street, in the middle of Van Nuys, and on social media, we're everywhere. We're Facebook as just Galaxy of Comics. The Twitter is just at Galaxy of Comics. We're everywhere. We're on Tumblr. We're on Instagram. I think we're even on whatever the hell Swarm is. We're on all of these social media things, and I don't know what half of them are.
And you keep up on all of them?
But we try to keep up on all of them,
Okay.
and yeah, I've actually found Instagram really refreshing and fun and kind of great. So yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
And we'll put the links to those in the description below. So, do you have a story about Spider-Man in a Batman shirt?
Oh yeah. Well, the Spider-Man himself actually comes from a friend. We actually had a really good friend who bought us a Spider-Man because he knew we had the couch, and he's just like, yeah, let's get us big Spider-Man. Well, okay, whatever, and he gave it to the store, so that was really cool. He's kind of our mascot. The reason why he's in that clothing, we actually used him for Batman Day.
Okay.
Just thought it was kind of a fun idea to throw a Batman T-shirt on Spider. I'm not entirely sure why he's got shorts on. I don't.
And it looks difficult to take the shirt off. So.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure
no. I mean, he's very buff. He's a buff
Yeah.
guy. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, who wouldn't want to be Batman?
Right. Exactly. Oh, if you've got the choice.
Right.
Yeah.
What makes your shop unique?
You mean besides the cats? Besides the cats, we try to keep, everything in stock. We try to, be full service. So I think that's kind of unique. I mean, there's stores in the valley that are very indie. There's stores in the valley that are very, like Big 2 or Big 3. I think we do a really good job of making sure we've got everything for people when they come in. And again, we try really, really hard. If we don't have it, we can always get it. It's usually, within about a week. And then there's the cats, of course. that makes it unique.
And then you guys also have Soul Singles Night, or Soul Geek Singles Night. Right?
Yeah, we have a Soul Geek Singles Night.
Okay.
Soul Geek is a sort of like a Match.com for geeks. And that is run by Dino Andretti.
Poor little bat, you're in my world now.
He's done this just to kind of facilitate, geeks meeting. I met him about 8 years ago. And it was just one of those things where it was like, hey, I've got a store. We can house this. This will be great. This will be awesome. Yeah. And it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. It's really cool. They get a lot of good fans in. They get guys. More importantly, they get girls.
All right.
They have they have a ladies' night. So and actually, I think they have ladies' night like 2 or 3 times a year. They play games. They do all sort of trivia and things. There's raffles. I didn't know how it was going to work when we set it up, when we asked him, and it's totally worked out. So
very cool. And it's been successful since.
It's been real successful since. Yeah, like I said, it's going on 8 years that he's been doing this. So he's had weddings. He's had he's had people like with kids and stuff. I mean, it's actually really cool. It's actually really, really cool. Yeah.
So who would you say your favorite publisher would be?
Probably Marvel. I understand it's not necessarily a popular response, but because regardless of whether they kind of suck right now, I was a huge fan of Spider-Man as a kid. I was a huge Spider-Man fan. He's kind of the underdog, and I just I grew up with So.
Okay. Now how about the Flash? The Flash is my character I grew up with.
I was never really much of a DC guy, so Flash was like, oh, he
right.
runs. I tend to stick with the good characters. He's a really good character. It's him and Batman and 2 or 3 others, and it's like
Flash.
that's. You know what's really funny? I was not interested in Flash in any way, shape, or form up until the damn show. That damn show is good.
So why would you say Marvel's kind of going down the hill right now?
Marvel's just having some problems right now. And it's their quality is not super great. Their editing is not super great. Their stories aren't super great. They've got all of these big crossover events that are happening that no one's really asking for.
So would you say it's pushing you more into the indie industry?
Well, again, we've always been like full service. So we've always tried really hard to make sure that we put a lot of emphasis on indies, on the other companies, not just Marvel, DC, but everybody. So we try really hard when it comes to that. Is Marvel kind of being in the toilet, pushing us towards other publishers? Not really. I mean, again, we try. We have our staff pick over there, and right now it's Venom 150. So we try on all all fronts. We try really hard to make sure that every publisher gets a good fair hearing, and there's popular things from all of these little indies that do really well for us. So
Tell me a little about your collection.
Well, just these are all of our statues and collectibles. We've got some CGC books. This Back to the Future Lego set that came out the same month one of our customers passed away. And he'd had an illness for a long time, and it was kind of a rough moment for a lot of the customers in the store. And we did a little small gathering of all of his friends, and they put together this set. He loved Back to the Future. He loved Legos, and it was one of those things. It's literally one of the only things in the store that's not for sale.
Hey guys, so they have this awesome LGBT section. Warren, can you tell me more about that?
Well, we have an LGBT section. A lot of the reason we just talked about Marvel, a lot of the reason that Marvel has gotten into a little bit of a scuffle, so to speak, I guess, is the fact that there are some fans that are saying, oh, well, their push for diversity in comics has kind of, affected their sales or this, that, or the other. I don't think that's absolutely true. And the diversity in comics has been coming for a long time. I could start to see that, we were getting a lot of women and girls. We were getting a lot of we're getting a lot of diversity. This is Los Angeles. You know, we
Yeah.
get a lot of different kinds of people coming in. It was not surprising that it was happening. You know, we want to try to cater that as well. We've got other sections, like we mentioned, we've got a little woman empowerment section as well. We try to get that out there that, hey, you know, it's for everybody. Comics, you know, comics aren't just for kids, comics aren't just for geeks, comics aren't just for, you know, comics are for everybody. One of the things that I've noticed is the amount of movies that have come out that are not your traditional comic book properties, but they are comic book properties. The Atomic Blonde is something that's actually occurring to me right off the bat. Is that trailer looks kick-ass. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and it has nothing to do with superheroes. And it's got, you know, a couple girls kissing, and you know what I mean. It's like that's you know, it's really cool that they can do that. They can take something else that was a comic book, that was a graphic novel. They can make it into a movie, and you know, we should try to foster that, you know, that group as well. So that's what that is basically.
So would you say there's more comic books coming out?
Yeah.
for that
Oh,
community?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.